right, welcome to another episode of Piecing It Together, the podcast where we take a look at a new movie and try to figure out what movies might have inspired it. And today on the show, we are going to kick some ass because we're talking about The Furious. This is a crazy over-the-top action movie that just hit VOD after a run in theaters. I think this is going to be a future cult classic. Everyone who sees it seems to love it. The fights are just so over the top and crazy. But joining me to talk about it, we've got Stephen Hughes. He's been on a bunch of my live shows before, but never on a regular online recorded episode. So happy to have him here to talk about this one today. Before we get to it, I do want to remind you, as always, to make sure you are subscribed to Piecing It Together wherever you listen to podcasts and follow us on social media at Piecing Pod. Speaking of the live shows, this is coming out at a time when you still have time to enter to win tickets for The Odyssey. That's right, we will be back at Galaxy Theaters Boulevard Mall on Thursday, July 16th for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. That's next week. And this weekend, if you're hearing this weekend when it comes out, you can still win tickets. So check out piecingpod.com for all the details. And with that said, let's talk about The Furious. All right, Stephen Hughes is with me. We are going to kick a whole bunch of ass today. How's it going, Stephen?
Oh, yeah. Going good. How about yourself?
I'm all right. I'm excited to talk about this one. It'll be a fun one. Before we get to The Furious, tell us a little bit about yourself. You've been on my live shows before, of course, but first time on a regular Piecing It Together. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Yeah, I'm excited to finally be on one of the regular episodes.
Yeah.
So, hey, everybody, I'm Steven. I'm a huge film nerd, especially martial arts movies. And yeah, just excited to be here.
Absolutely. And I'm glad, I'll get this out of the way right up front. I'm glad to have someone who is so excited about martial arts movies because for the most part, I really enjoy them, but at the same time, I am not an expert. It's definitely one of the genres that I'm a little bit lacking in. And I think if we could hear the audience as I reveal each of my puzzle pieces, there will probably be groans every time I bring one up here. So hopefully you can fill in the blanks for me a little bit.
I will. Yeah, my dad showed my little brother and I martial arts movies since we were born. There wouldn't, like, a week wouldn't go by without us watching at least one martial arts movie.
Nice. Yeah. And a lot of really fun stuff out there. And I think this one definitely, ups the antes in ways that, fans of these movies should want to see. And I know you were super pumped by it. And I think people are, for the most part, really enjoying this one. So I think it's going to probably continue to get a lot of fans as it hits, streaming and all that kind of stuff. I think people are really going to be going nuts for this one. But
Oh, for sure.
let's start getting into puzzle pieces, though. Let's kick us off. What do you got for your first puzzle piece?
So I'm going to start with just an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before I get into the actor, I want to say I loved everyone in the movie. Joe Taslim, they all did great. But we need to give it up for Brian Lee,
Yeah.
the big dude. Big guys like us should not be able to move like that. And he's been a favorite of mine since Everything Everywhere All at Once. Him and his brother were both acted in it and did the fight choreography.
Mm,
And so seeing him get, even bigger stuff, he reminds me of Sammo Hung,
sure.
one of Jackie Chan's best friends. They've been called cousins before. He's been in a bunch of Jackie Chan movies. He's also directed dozens of movies himself. For American audiences, he's probably best known for this TV show in the late 90s called Martial Law
Okay.
with Arsenio Hall.
Hell yeah.
And he was the lead of that. But yeah, he's another big guy who can move and do crazy stuff that should not be possible.
I love it. Yeah, and he absolutely stole the movie. He's the best part of this movie. There's a lot of great stuff in here, a lot of great fight scenes, a lot of great action, a solid story, but like really he is the star of the show. And every time and for anyone who hasn't watched the movie, of course go watch it, but like this is like one of the kind of like the heavies, one of the big, bad guy dudes, but literally, literally heavy. Yeah. But he's just so agile and just jumps around and just like a nonstop wrecking machine. And he's like impossible to stop, and he just keeps getting back up, and he's just
Every single time that he came back
yeah.
alive, like took a sledgehammer that broke across his head,
Yeah. Yeah.
he just shook it off.
Yeah, absolutely. I will, you know what, since we're talking about him, I'll just go with another puzzle piece here, because I was trying to think of a good puzzle piece for him, and I just was having so much trouble. At one point I thought about the Hulk, but that's not really right. And I was also thinking about Jason in the Friday the 13th movies, because he just keeps getting back up. I really couldn't land on anything that's like perfect. I'm wondering if there's anything out there that's like exactly like this dude. So I'll just, throw those in there, the Hulk and Friday the 13th. But like this guy, to try to paint the picture, he just keeps going. But he's a big dude, and he just keeps going. He's like freaking somersaulting and doing jump kicks and flying all over the place. But like it's all physical, all just nonstop, and like,
And just
man.
keeping pace with
Yeah,
everyone in
yeah.
the movie.
How does he have that energy? I have no idea, but he is aspirational, I think, for all us big dudes. So,
Oh yeah.
so let's go to another piece. What do you got next?
So another one, again with because of Brian Lee, I wanted to go with Revenger.
Okay.
It's on Netflix, and it's a movie that stars a really, really big dude who can move as well. He's a cop who, in this world, like, if you're all criminals go to a prison island,
Mhm.
and so he gets himself sent to the island because a gangster killed his wife and kid,
Okay.
and he goes there and he just kills everyone.
Hmm.
Um, but again, just the quickness of this big dude is astounding.
Love it.
And he's not as fat, he's just big.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's on Netflix. It's one of my favorite movies. It's from, I want to say, South Korea.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Anything that has that kind of a character, I'm all for it. Um, I had to include one, at least one, Asian action movie on my list, since, like I said, I'm gonna be very crappy for the rest of the episode. But I put The Night Comes for Us on my list, which I
Okay.
think, as far as just like non-stop and ultra violent action goes, and like some of the stuff that's happening has you like wincing and like recoiling from the screen. Like that's the kind of movie that like really goes for it, as far as like just nonstop super super violence. And
Yeah.
us Western audiences, we really appreciate that too.
Oh yeah. And I mean, it has the same star and Joe
Yep,
Taslim.
yep, that too. So, and he's great. Everything I've ever seen him in, I'm always like, oh yeah, that dude's awesome.
So, fun thing about Joe Taslim, there's a producer who has been around since the Bruce Lee days,
Hmm.
an American producer. He has said that there was only two people that they've had to slow down the footage so it could be like just look normal.
Yeah, yeah.
Bruce Lee and Joe Taslim.
Wow.
And Taslim himself has to slow himself down when he's filming these, just so he can stay at the same pace as the other fighter.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Man, they knew what they were doing when they got him for Mortal Kombat. Like he's
Yeah.
he's good in that too. So,
Yeah, he was the first. He was actually the first one cast in Mortal
oh
Kombat,
sweet,
and once that happened, I knew we were set
hell
for
yeah,
good movies
nice.
because they actually got a martial artist.
Yeah, hell yeah, absolutely. Let's go to another piece. What do you got next?
So this one is a twofer because they just go together. The Raid Redemption and the Raid Two.
Sure.
They're the two greatest action movies ever made. Um, Joe Taslim's in the first one, and so is Tuck. He was the main henchman of the main villain at the very end of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
the guy with the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Tuck, he's in both the Raid Redemption and the Raid 2 as well. Those movies, if you're even just a fan of martial arts movies, you need to watch these.
Hell yeah. Well, funny enough, I when I was trying to come up with movies, for my list, like I wrote down either bring up Night Comes for Us or The Raid. You know, and so I'm glad you brought up your Raid, and I got my Night Comes for Us in there. But yeah,
Yeah.
it also just nonstop action, and like exactly when you say I want to watch one of these kind of movies, this is kind of the top of it.
Yeah, even
So
if you're just not that big of a fan, but you do enjoy the martial arts movie,
yeah,
watch The Raid Redemption and The Raid 2.
definitely, definitely. Well, I'll start moving away from the these kinds of action movies, and I'll throw Sound of Freedom in here.
Oh,
Human trafficking is like a major hot button issue right now, and for good reason. And
yeah.
someone's got to do something about it. Not really the dude from Sound of Freedom, but I'll definitely take this dude from the Furious. I want this guy to go and kill a whole building full of child traffickers. I'm
Yeah.
100% up with that. So, but yes, it's definitely a major hit though, that movie, and kind of undeniable, even if it's not exactly a great one.
Yeah. I read this review and this girl, her dad told her that The Furious was the Sound of Freedom with John Wick rather than Jim Caviezel.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
And she's like, "Yeah, I'm sold."
Yeah, exactly. There you go. I love it. I love it. Well, let's go to another piece. What do you got?
So, one I've already mentioned in passing, but Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Hmm.
with just the non-stop action, and there was like no rules. Like everything, they threw everything in a blender, and this is what we get from that.
Yeah.
The result from that, and it makes sense that it had one of the fight choreographers for both movies.
Yeah, it seems like that dude, his style when it comes to choreographing this stuff is like uh wear the performers out. Like every scene needs to wear them out 100%. And if that happens, the audience is going to be entertained.
Yeah, and in Everything Everywhere, he was the bigger security guard that at the end was the one who jumped onto the sex toy.
Mhm. Okay.
I'll put it like that.
Sure, sure.
And yeah, so that's him. That's the same guy.
Okay. Sweet. Right on. Right on. I will bring up Taken as my next puzzle piece here. It
Okay.
kind of goes along with Sound of Freedom and like the child trafficking and these just really fucked up bad people that are out there, but they fucked with the wrong guy. And like
Yeah,
that is like kind of it's just such a fun genre because it's such dark subject matter, but we're at the movies. And so we're gonna see someone just kick ass. And when you get Liam Neeson in there, you just know that this guy is better than any of these people. Like
yeah.
no matter, even if they get the upper hand once in a while, he's always going to come back around and just kill them all. And it's a really fun thing to see.
Oh yeah, and the fact that this guy, when he was chasing after his daughter initially, did it in flip flops.
Hmm.
Like my feet were hurting just watching that.
Totally. Yeah, yeah. Even in the earlier scene where he has to run and without any shoes on through the streets,
Yeah.
and yeah, oof, terrible. I'm podcasting without shoes right now, and my feet hurt just from sitting in my chair. So yeah. All right, let's go to another piece. What do you got?
So this one is another twofer. Um, Talk, the red jumpsuit he was wearing,
Hmm.
that was copying Bruce Lee in a TV show called Long Street, which was one of the first ones in America that showed Bruce Lee.
Okay.
He had that red jumpsuit, which they also used in The Last Dragon.
Yeah, sure.
They used that exact same jumpsuit.
Right on.
So I got to give both Long Street and The Last Dragon shout outs for that.
Hell yeah. Last Dragon freaking rules.
That was fun when we got to see it
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, that was really fun. Shout out to Downtown Cinemas. Um, I will go. Well, we already brought up John Wick in passing. That's definitely one that I was, considering bringing up here. But I mean, it's pretty obvious anytime you have one of these kind of revenge action movies based on, Asian cinema. So I'll just pass over that and go to my last puzzle piece here, which is going to be the Beekeeper.
Be-
Which,
uh,
as far as like, this guy was wronged by these people and he could go and get his revenge on those people, or he could take down every last person that has anything to do with anything related to anyone that the bad guys know. Like that's what you want to see. You want to see this guy come back and just kill everybody. And that's what
Yeah,
Jason Statham does in The Beekeeper, and that's why we love The Beekeeper. And I love that about The Furious too. That it doesn't just stop once he gets to the main guy. He just keeps going.
yeah. If you even look at him, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's my
and then
last piece. Do you have some more pieces you want to bring up?
I do. So a lot of it took place in a ice factory,
Mm-hmm.
and that reminded me of The Big Boss, one of Bruce Lee's 5 American
Oh
movies.
yeah, sure. Absolutely.
And yeah, that where they in The Big Boss they were transporting drugs through the ice, not dead human beings like in this one.
Yeah.
But but yeah, the set pieces that were at the ice factory in The Big Boss were some of the most insane fights I'd ever seen until The Furious.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that one too. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that, but that's a great one to bring up here. And by the way, speaking of Mortal Kombat, wasn't there a scene where like the head in the ice was like sliding?
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
total Sub-Zero right there. So hell yeah, I love it.
And they did that in front of Joe Taslim, who is
Yep,
Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat.
exactly. That's perfect. That had to have been an Easter egg, I think. So.
Yeah. And then the main guy who plays the dad,
Hmm.
he is actually he played Jet Li's son in some movies in the 90s,
Okay.
like The New Legend of Shaolin and some other stuff. And so it's kind of cool to see him for the first time in a long time.
Hmm. I want.
And
Does he have a long list of credits though since then? Just things that maybe haven't gotten big releases out here.
um he does have quite a bit, mostly in Asia.
Yeah.
Um he has some that did come to America, but not that many.
Okay.
He's constantly working. He has several projects a year
Yeah.
that have come out since like the early
I'm
90s.
sure there's some good ones in there, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like I said, it was cool to see him again.
Right
I hadn't
on.
seen him since the 90s.
For sure. For sure.
And then I think it's actually from the same director
Hmm.
called Enter the Fat Dragon.
Oh.
And they put Donnie Yen in a fat suit and basically redid Enter the Dragon, but did it as a satire.
That's this guy? I didn't realize that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
never saw it, but I always wanted to see that movie. That sounds so much fun.
it's so ridiculous, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Wow. Okay. I gotta watch that movie. That sounds so much fun. You know what? Come to think of it, that also reminds me of speaking of John Wick and speaking of this Brian Lee character, what's his name who got in the fat suit in John Wick Chapter 4? Atkins?
Scott Adams.
Yeah, Scott
He
Atkins.
is
Yeah, and
insane.
he was also that same kind of like he's big, but he's just so fast and agile, and like you just don't expect him to be able to move like that. And obviously wasn't actually a fat guy, but just
Yeah,
because of the suit and everything. So yeah, some more John Wick in
you
there.
should check out a bunch of his movies as
Oh
well.
yeah.
He's in a bunch of British movies.
Mm-hmm.
There was one a few years ago. It got a 1 day release in America
Hmm.
called Triple Threat, and this had him, Iko Uwais, who is the main guy in the Raid
Sure,
movies.
sure,
It had Tony Jaa, who's in Ong Bak movies
sure.
and the Protector movies, and who was the other one? Hu Chen. I can't recall off the top of my head what movies he's been in,
Mm-hmm.
but it also has like Michael J. White
Oh sure.
and Black Dynamite
Yeah.
himself,
Hell yeah.
and it's the story. The story sucks, but you don't come to these movies for the story.
Yeah.
You come for the action.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check out Triple Threat as well.
Nice. Right on. I'll throw that on the list. Well, we got into a lot of great stuff here. Are there any closing thoughts? Anything that we didn't get into that you wanted to mention here about the Furious?
Now, just if you want to have a fun time for 2 hours at the movies, go see The Furious. Don't go for the story. Again, it's bare bones. Just go for the action, and you'll be so happy.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. I'm with you right there. Steven, is there another movie you watched recently you'd like to recommend to our listeners?
So the most recent ones I watched, well, everyone's already talking about is Obsession.
Mm-hmm.
I will go with. Oh, I just did a couple of John Wayne movies for Father's Day,
Okay.
and a couple lesser known of his, El Dorado,
Mm-hmm.
which is directed by Howard Hawks. It's basically like his movie Rio Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much the same story and same director and
Sure.
a lot of the same cast. And Hitari, where he plays a big game hunter for to get animals to zoos, and he's in South Africa for this. And it has the greatest character actor's name of all time, Red Buttons, in it,
Hell yeah.
and they're just chasing, rhinos and giraffes, and at one point the ostriches get out of their pens and they have to go chase ostriches,
Hell yeah.
and it's so dumb, but it's so fun.
That sounds like a hell of a movie right there. Talk about anything goes. Like, there you go. Like, just throw it at the wall, see what happens. But
Yeah.
nice, some good recommendations there. Steven, anything you'd like to plug before we wrap it up?
You can find me on Instagram at j2h.life. Not working on anything right now, but you can see whatever shenanigans I get up to on there.
There you go. Sounds like a plan. Well, Steven, thank you so much for doing the show, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again sometime.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation about The Furious. Thank you to Stephen Hughes for joining me on that one, and thank you to all of you for listening. If you're enjoying Piecing It Together, make sure you are subscribed. A lot of subscribers out there. It's been an insane month as far as like the listenership of this show is concerned. Although a lot of it came from Asian countries, and I don't know if they're real downloads or not. Maybe. I mean, if you're out there and you're a new listener and downloaded the show thousands of times, you're probably gonna like the Furious episode that just came out. But hey. I'll take the numbers any way I can get them. So thank you to everyone who's out there listening. I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you are subscribed. We got lots more Piecing It Together on the way, including the upcoming live show on Evil Dead Burn, which will have happened last night at the time of this recording. Hopefully it went well, and there actually is an episode coming on Monday. There should be. There's also the upcoming live show on the Odyssey, but then there's other episodes as well. We've got one on the drama, Mortal Kombat 2, Super Mario Galaxy movie, a couple other ones coming up as well that I've already recorded. Lots of podcasts coming your way, so make sure you are subscribed. And let's see, it's time to close this out with a piece of music like I always do. And you know what? Actually, this is a good opportunity here. Last month, I've been doing a pretty bad job of promoting it, but last month, a film came out called Friday and Friday, which I did the score for, and I released the score as a soundtrack album. And it is an upbeat, action packed movie. So it's got an upbeat, action packed score and I'm going to play some of that upbeat, action packed music to close us out. I could see some of this ass kicking from the Furious happening to this music from the Friday and Friday score. So you can listen to the Friday and Friday score wherever you listen to music. You can rent Friday and Friday wherever you watch movies. And I'm going to play a track from the score right now to close this out. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll be back with more Piecing It Together real soon.
An All Points West production, produced by David Rosen in Las Vegas.